Purse.
She wasn't here. There you go.
Baby, there you go.
Raise your right hand. We're going to do your statement first. I, Kevin Boyce,
I, Kevin Moyes,
do solemnly swear and affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I have not,
that I have not,
directly or indirectly,
directly or indirectly,
paid,
paid,
offered,
offered,
promised to pay,
promised to pay,
contributed,
contributed,
or promised to contribute
or promised to contribute
any money
any money
or thing of value,
or thing of value,
or promised any public office
or promised any public office
or employment
or employment
for the giving
for the giving
or withholding
or withholding
of a vote
of a vote
at the election
at the election
at which I was elected, appointed,
at which I was appointed
as a reward to secure
as a reward to secure
my appointment or confirmation,
my appointment or confirmation,
whichever the case may be,
whichever the case may be,
so help me God.
so help me God.
You will sign off there, please. Now we're going to do the oath of office.
Okay.
I, Kevin Moyes,
I, Kevin Moyes,
do solemnly swear and affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will faithfully
that I will faithfully
execute the duties
execute the duties
of the office of Commissioner Place 2
Commissioner Place 2
of the state of Texas,
of the state of Texas,
and will to
to
the best of my
the
ability
best of my ability
preserve,
preserve,
protect,
protect,
and defend
and defend
the
the
Constitution
Constitution
and the laws
and the laws
of the United States
of the United
and
States
of this state,
and of this state,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Please sign here. I'll give you back to you some after.
Agenda number 6. Oh, we just did that.
That one, yes, that one's no
No
action.
action. Item agenda 7, discuss, consider, accept nominations and appoint a commissioner as mayor pro tem for 1-year term. Does anyone have a motion?
I'll make a motion, we appoint Kevin as the mayor pro tem if he's willing to accept it.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passed.
Nice.
Agenda item 8, discuss, consider setting a formal joint meeting between the complete Ranger City Council and both RABC's Board of Directors.
I'd ask for this meeting in the past council. What this purpose of this meeting, or in our opinion, the purpose of this meeting would be to get the city council, the complete city council, and our board of directors together to iron out our differences that we obviously have. This, I think, is very important for us to do, and to do it collectively amongst all of us. We can do it anywhere that you'd like, but I would, Ken Charman volunteered the use of the Ranger Citizens Task Force building to have this meeting in simply because of seating arrangements. There's more than sufficient tables, chairs for both entities to be represented there, and plus sufficient room for others to be there. But that's what we're asking for here.
Discussion?
I think that's a good idea.
Motion?
Because previous council, I was often accused of cornering the meetings and not letting others speak. I'm going to always defer. I'm going to do my best to always defer to everyone else first before I speak. So I allow that, but I certainly have. I signed up on every item tonight because I'm appalled at some of the issues. And to this one, I would speak to that as well. Mayor and Council, Your Honor, this has been proposed before and failed. There is no proposed agenda, and the complications of authority within two differing authoritative bodies meeting simultaneously are numerous. What rule of order would be prescribed for such a meeting? Would there be two different votes on different items? This sounds more like a workshop, which I would certainly support a workshop to be hosted by both boards. I think that'd be a super idea to do that.
That would be great. Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with a workshop, whatever you want to call this,
Okay.
but to have both entities completely there, not
Well,
some leftover or a
If I
committee.
can finish addressing the council, I suggest a workshop be scheduled by the RDC boards with a stated purpose of the workshop and associated agenda items. Doing a workshop is a no voting situation. We're doing our best to find a way to work through things. I think that is what we should be doing. But we need to be careful about the authoritative process of who's voting on things. But if we can find ways to work things out, I would certainly, with any group, I'd like to do that. And in fact, if this is something that works well, a joint meeting, or if it's a joint meeting, but if it's a workshop, I would like to see the same thing with the water district. If this is the kind of thing, because there's a lot of things I think we could learn from the water district as well. And I'd like to begin seeing, several have stated about doing workshops and teams working together. I'd like to find a way to do that, but it needs to be something of substance. And so I do promote a workshop of some type.
Okay, so we could just both entities publish, we'd have to state a meeting simply because of quorums, but,
If I may, what I'd probably, and Wendy may know more what to do, I would propose that RDC propose a workshop inviting the council. It would be for discussion. It wouldn't be for any actions to be taken from either one. This is just to garner information from each other, what works, what is our missions, what is our like missions, how can we work together to do those things. So my recommendation is that the RDCs call for a workshop, inviting the council to attend and host that, wherever
okay.
everyone finds acceptable, whether it's here or task force, wherever it may be. But there's no, again, because of Open Meetings Act and because of some of the other issues legally, that we don't take actions in there, that we work through like we do many workshops. We have an open to the public.
Open forum.
Open forum. It was proposed before that we would do this in a closed session. That's why it got voted down. And
On Facebook too.
And I would like, personally, I would like that to be open to the public via Facebook, so it's all citizens can.
It'd be fine.
So,
Would this also be, would citizens be allowed to speak at these things?
yes.
Or is this, and then is that gonna be, there's gonna be some kind of decorum there, like a timer or whatever, so that it's not just insanity and chaos? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, I would propose that the RDC propose a workshop, maybe set some rules or standards how to do it. The workshop should allow all public to address any topic that's on the table.
Right.
And in my opinion, so that's what I would recommend.
Any other comments, questions? I have a motion
Does this require?
does it require a motion?
I think it should, to where we can set up this workshop.
Then I move that the RDC host a workshop inviting the council to attend and the public to attend for communication purposes or
Yeah, we've got, I don't know any way to say it other than we've got to all get on the same page, but we're definitely not.
When's your next meeting, Steve? Could we do
The
it?
second Tuesday of the month is, the first Tuesday of the month is the normal meeting.
Could we do it maybe after your meeting, like you go ahead and have your meeting and then we could have a workshop afterwards, or vice
Well,
versa?
sometimes our meetings take
Okay.
a little while. I didn't want to run it real late. We don't start our meetings until 6 in the evening, because most of our guys work somewhere.
Steve, do you want to try to pick a date and I can correspond with council?
That would work, that would
Okay.
be great. It
And I'll
needs to
let you
be where it works for everyone.
Okay, I'll let you know, if you'll just provide me a date.
So if it's required, I'll second.
Yes, it is required.
All in agreement?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passed. Item agenda 10, approve the RADC to receive a gift from David, 9. Discuss and consider approving and adopting the amended 4A and 4B Ranger Economic Development bylaws.
Okay, this item has also been placed on the previous council. Since then, the city's attorney has gone over those bylaws and made her suggested edits to the bylaws. And as far as I'm concerned, we're good to go with her recommended changes again. And that you should have those in front of you.
Are these the same bylaws? Have you had any changes since you submitted them last time to the commission? Have you changed anything on it?
The city attorney has.
The
yes.
city attorney did.
And it's in a different color
Yeah.
print
Should be
that
red
her changes are.
Yes, but if you're asking me, I didn't notice all of her changes in there.
They're not.
See, I
I didn't.
got that some of it was still out of compliance. And I had
What was that, a complaint?
one, well, she's laid it all out, and since my copy's not red and blue,
Sorry.
it's hard to tell what you put and what they put. But do the A and B boards, are they made up of the same members?
The boards are now, yes.
Okay, so if you serve on the A board, you serve on the B board.
Correct.
But in your bylaws, you have different qualifications for an A board member and a B board member. So if they're gonna serve on both, shouldn't those be the same?
I think,
Do you see what, I mean, am I wrong?
but I think there was an attempt to do that. In their changes, they were trying to align the two, the A board and the B board, to be the same requirements for both boards. Because I think they changed, correct me if I'm wrong, but in the A board A board right now has no restriction according to law. It can be anywhere in the United States. What they changed in the A board was to restrict that to within 10 miles of the city of Ranger, and I believe there's 3 elements within the city. I'm sorry. But they were trying to align it with the B board. So the 2 would be the same requirements.
So which is it now on both of them? Is it the
Should
same on
be
both?
the same, I believe.
Like, so they have to be a resident of Ranger on both of them?
No, or live within 10 miles of it.
Okay, you changed it that one. Okay,
And the attorney agreed with that.
okay.
Also, we made a change where city commission members and city employees can no longer be members of the board. And the reasoning for this is city commission has ultimate authority over the EDCs anyway. And there's no reason to have a city commission member on that board. We've had an instance, Kevin was at the meeting when there was an issue, and it gets down to where, who was the person speaking as, a citizen, another EDC member, or a city council person.
Right.
And it takes it just doesn't work. Or it can get into a situation where it does not work. And that's why we wanted to strike that out of there. And I think it's for the health of both the city commission and the EDC board.
Any other questions?
I don't have questions, but I have
Discussion?
discussion. I prepared, because I for each of the items, I prepared statements, and so I'm going to read what I prepared this evening. Mayor and City Council, Your Honor, these proposed amendments appear to be the same as the proposed amendments offered twice before in the preceding 12 months, the last of which was less than a month ago on April 24th. As stated previously, their mission of economic development, as stated previously, there is no amendment item in these that are proposed that has prevented the boards from executing their mission of economic development these past several years. There's also no evidence or justification that any of these amendments will promote economic development. Many of the revisions are an attempt to limit the authority of the City Commission. Bylaws or an organization's internal operating rules. They are not to be rules for the City Commission. The Attorney Review in April concluded that there was at least one item that is contrary to Local Government Code, Title 12, Chapter 505, Subchapter B, Governance of Corporation. Section 505.051, Board of Directors, Item B. A director is appointed by the governing body of the authorizing municipality for a 2-year term. The proposed violation of Section 505.051 is to extend terms of office beyond that allowed by law. Another element proposed is the board's self-appointment in the case of vacancies. The law clearly states that the governing body appoints the board of directors. This is also defined with regards to the A board in Section 504.051B. That the board continues to ignore the governing Texas Code and the advice of legal counsel is appalling and should not continue without consequences. The council should not suborn such actions. Since the board has put a spotlight on tenure of service, it has been brought to my attention that it is quite possible that all current board members have exceeded their tenure. Will the mayor cause the board to produce the date of their individual appointments by the City Commission? I suggest that the council receive applications for all director seats. I also suggest that if the current directors wish to be considered for the boards in the near future, they also include their applications. The proposed revision in Article 6, Section 5 is a very good recommendation. It states, quote, "and evidenced and memorialized by an approved copy of the City Commission's respective meeting minutes," unquote. I recommend the same process before or as items are brought to the City Commission to consider. In other words, before we consider it, that we would have the vote, their meeting minutes, indicating that they have, as a board, approved the meeting minutes. With that being said, do we have a copy of the approved board meeting minutes recommending these revisions? Board nominees, do we have the board, regarding board nominees, the meeting of April 10th recommended directors. There was obvious conflict of interest with both nominees, and yet the board either did not consider it or did not review. The applications of said nominees were dated April 5th, yet the last meeting of the RDC boards prior to submitting to the city was April 4th. The question is, what did they review? The meeting minutes of their approved recommendations were not provided to the council. After looking at their agenda, it appears that the nominations were not even on the agenda. There is no evidence that the boards reviewed the application in a publicly posted meeting. Therefore, they either met privately in violation of the Open Meetings Act or did not review the applications, and one or more directors have represented that they had. I recommend that all REDC agendas and meeting minutes henceforth be included on the city government website to promote